The money showed up quietly. No cheering crowds, no flashing cameras, no giant cardboard check. Just a row of numbers glowing on a screen. 8 figures, enough to change my entire life. I didn't tell a single soul. Instead, I tucked the winning ticket into my safe, locked the door, and stood there, heart pounding at the weight of it all. I was rich, but wealth wasn't the real prize I wanted. What I craved was truth. So I made a plan, a test. I started with my parents. Over dinner, I told them, "Things are rough, work's slow, I'm short on rent. Could you help me out for a couple of months?" My dad barely looked up from his plate. "You're an adult," he said flatly. "Time you figured it out." My mom just nodded, lips tight, like I'd embarrassed her by even asking. That was answer 1. Then I tried my brother. "Can I borrow 1,000 just until I'm back on my feet?" I asked over the phone. He laughed, actually laughed. "You're always broke. I'm not your ATM. Call someone else." Then he hung up. Answer 2. My sister came next. "I'm in a bind. Even 500 would help," I told her. She let out a dramatic sigh. "You're always a problem. You think money falls from the sky? I can't deal with you." Then she blocked me. Answer 3. By the 4th ask, my heart had stopped aching. I wasn't looking for help anymore. I was collecting proof. Every no was a mirror, showing me exactly what family meant to them. Nothing. But I had one last person to test. My Aunt Claire. She never had much. A retired school teacher with thinning hair and aching hands. She lived alone in a small apartment, curtains always closed, kettle always whistling. When I asked her, her face fell. "I don't have much," she whispered, "but I can give you 200. And I'll make you some soup. You look tired." My throat tightened. I almost broke then. But I nodded, took the cash, and thanked her. That was answer, our 4. The only answer that mattered. Weeks went by. My family carried on, not realizing a storm was building. And then I began. Step 1. Silence. I stopped calling, stopped visiting, stopped playing the role of the forgotten child they could brush aside. My absence became their unease. Step 2. Power. Lawyers, accountants, advisors. My winnings grew through careful investments. Shell companies and trusts kept my name hidden. My wealth multiplied quietly, out of their sight. Step 3. The reveal. It happened at a family dinner I hadn't been invited to, but I showed up anyway. I walked into the restaurant in a sharp suit, watch catching the light, shoes polished to a shine. Their faces froze. "Thought you were broke," my brother sneered, but his voice wavered. I sat down calmly, deliberate. Things change. When the waiter came, I handed him my black card. "Whatever they order, put it on me." My family shifted in their seats, uneasy, unsure whether to gape or beg. That's when I pulled out an envelope. "My will," I said softly. "Drafted last week. Thought you should know where things stand." Confusion rippled across the table. You have a will?" my dad asked. "Yes." I laid it flat on the table. "When you're worth millions, you plan ahead." Their faces went pale. My sister's hand twitched toward the envelope, but I slid it back before she could touch it. "Don't worry," I told her. "You're not in it." The silence that followed was suffocating. "You had money this whole time?" my mom finally whispered. I met her eyes. "No, I tested you before I had it, and you failed." My brother leaned forward, anger hiding his desperation. "You can't just cut out family." I gave him a small smile. "You already did." Then I stood, leaving them with the bill, the stares of strangers, and the truth. After that night, the calls began. Pleas, excuses, promises to change. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Instead, I drove across town to my aunt's apartment. She opened the door in her robe, eyes wide. "I have something for you," I said, pressing a set of keys into her hand. She frowned. "What is this?" "A house," I said simply. "It's yours, paid in full, title in your name, no strings." Her lips trembled. "But why?" "Because you offered me soup when no one else offered me anything. You saw me. That's worth more than blood, more than money." Tears slid down Haysha's ear cheeks as she hugged me, her arms shaking. It was the first embrace in years that actually felt like home. Now I live in peace. My family still whispers, still schemes, still wonders how they lost me, but they'll never understand. It was never about the money, it was about the test. They had a chance to show me love without expecting anything back. Instead, they chose pride, greed, and cruelty. My aunt chose kindness, so I chose her. Winning the lottery didn't make me rich, it revealed who was truly poor. And I'll never forget the one person who reached for me when everyone else turned away.